What up, scrubs? This is your scrub numero uno, Solaris X. I wanted to cast this funny little game. This is Vici Gaming versus CDEC.Youth. This is the Nanyang Championship Season 2. And this is Game 2 of a two-part series. I wanted to cast this game because my friend loves Sniper, and this is a 10-minute game. With Sniper in it, okay? With Sniper in it. So you can see that apparently Vici Gaming decided to just, say, I guess, fuck it, and go for Vengeful Spirit and Draw Ranger to open, which to me is just not a smart opener whatsoever. It's all in. It's like the dumbest way to go all in, but then again, I'm kind of a scrub, so whatever. I really know what I'm talking about. Anyway, they got a Dazzle as their other ranged, and then they got a Viper to complete the challenge with, I guess. A Tidehunter is their offlaner, which is just, that's a decent offlaner, but I guess this is a safe lane, kind of tri-lane, and then a Viper? I don't know. This is really funky. And then CDEC.Youth decided to go with I'm assuming a Phoenix offlane, a Kunkka, I don't know, a Phoenix Bat, I don't know how this is. I guess it'd be a Batrider offlane, a Kunkka mid. I don't even know what this is, but it's very interesting, and it's only 10 minutes. And just again, the Scrubcast, I follow one hero, and so I want to follow the Sniper because I think he's like 4-1 in this game. What the heck did he do to contribute to a 10-minute loss? And I want to watch him the entirety of this 10-minute game, which should be very fun to watch. So let's go ahead. I've never watched this, so don't expect me to know why they won. I have no idea. I'm not that prescient. There's a GRE word for you. All right, so let's go ahead and start the game here. Sniper picked up Wraith of Band, Fairy Fire, Iron Branch, going for max DPS. He's got 7 additional agility. He's got 2 additional damage thanks to that Fairy Fire, 46 plus 2. He's got 3 armor there. Once he leaves the tower range, he'll have 3. He's a hero that starts off with 600 health, 278 mana. The Sniper has been buffed in recent patches. He went ahead and got a couple tangos from his friend there. I don't know who the heck that was that walked by. It's yellow. Oh gosh, that was the Tidehunter. That's odd. Maybe he bought like 8 tangos or something. So the Sniper, this is probably going to be, my guess is probably a pretty nasty wipe. Okay, so this is what's going on. This is an early game Roshan by Vici Gaming. CDEC probably has no idea what's going on. Okay, they do know what's going on, which means now Vici is royally screwed. So Sniper Shrapnel comes out, gets the slow, the damage. He's going to go ahead and hit Tidehunter a few times. By the way, that was Tidehunter. It was Kunkka that gave him the words. Sniper's just going to kind of zone out these other people. That was first blood on the Slark there. I guess CDEC.Youth took care of that. Sniper's going to go ahead and get the last hit on the Sylar there. Sun's going to go down on the Dazzle. There's basically no way with the Kunkka Wave, or that thing's called, the Kunkka Torrent. They're going to get away. So there you go. Nice little start. Vici did end up getting a kill. I don't know who they got the kill on. But, okay. So Sniper starts off with a kill. He's got 2 tangos. He's going to have an early phase boots. This was kind of a disastrous start here for Vici. They didn't have any warding presence throughout the entire first part of the game. They got Drow. It's already getting hit by Batrider up there. Does not have the protection of the Vengeful Spirit. But we're watching the Sniper here. So you got a Viper v Sniper lineup. Looks like Sniper went ahead and pulled the creeps a little bit closer to him. He just attacked them and then pulled them. And this is how you do this. This is how you get yourself out of range on the other side. So you don't want to be over there on, they're hitting last-hitting creeps. So you hit one, you have them come attack you, you pull the creeps around to you. So he's going to just deny, last hit. He's got the last hit build. I mean, he's got as much additional damage as he can basically get here. He's still not last hitting. That's terrible. Come on, InFlame. Come on, CDEC.Youth. There's the last hit. It's unfortunately, a random amount of additional damage. He already picked up level 2, so he's got the headshot. And so the headshot is physical damage. And he just kind of tries to keep the equilibrium on his side. He's not going to do that. But it's a 40% chance of doing extra damage. In this case, it's 15 extra damage. Honestly, that's really crappy at this level because it's so slow. He attacks so slow. He's going to trade a few hits here with the XM. He's in trouble. He needs to get the heck out. The XM is going to be able to kill him if he's not careful. And that's the power of a Viper mid against, honestly, Sniper's considered one of the worst mids not the worst mids, but he is pretty bad. At least at low levels, he's so easily ganked. You end up buying a whole stack of tangos just to be able to survive in this lane. He has no escape whatsoever other than the shrapnel slow, which gives him a little vision, but mostly it just gives him the slow. To get a blade of attack, he's going to do 9 additional damage. So he's going to put some, as he gets higher level here, he's going to start putting some nasty damage on DXM. DXM's going to stand in the turret, not realizing it's there, and XC is going to help assist InFlame with the kill. So Sniper's already level 3. Sniper's got 425 gold. He's probably going to pick up phase boots here very quickly. There's another setup on Sylar. Is he going to shrapnel that area? He's already shrapnel that area. You can probably hit him a few extra times. XC going to go ahead and use that Tidebringer to do the additional AoE kind of backline damage. And Sniper just pulling the creep wave a little bit here, trying to get last hits. Missed that one again, taking just oodles of damage from the Viper. Here's a gank attempt. Is he going to get it? No, he's going to return this. This is bad news for Sylar. Come on, Sylar, you knew better than that. So he gets the kill. X marks the spot on DXM, into the shrapnel, into the last hit, and now Sniper is fat. He's 3-0. He's already got a phase boots at 3 minutes into the game. He's dominating the lane. Viper is still out for another 8 seconds, losing all of these levels. Sylar died. Who knows why he did that? He had double damager, and so I guess he thought he's going to be able to kill him, but he just walked right in front of the tower. That was like the slowest gank. It was like that was a 2K MMR gank right there. Oh, I'm going to run into you and kill you. No, you're not. No, you're not. Maybe he didn't expect the Kunkka to be there, but Kunkka's been there. Kunkka was sitting around, so a little assist on the Kunkka there, and that's pretty helpful. So he's going to go for additional range. He's got 2 points in the shrapnel. That's 20% movement slow, 35 damage per, I don't know, second? Per second? Now he's going to die. To Sylar. Pings it out a few times saying, hey, where's my assist? A torrent nowhere to be found. Not going to happen. Keep in mind this game ends in 10 minutes, so we are 6 minutes away from total disaster on Vici Gaming. Now, Drow just died. They need a Drow to be doing pretty well. They're going to lose their Dazzle. This lane's probably going to get pushed all the way up to the tower. Tower's probably going to die. Meanwhile, Sniper's back mid. And, you know, I don't know what they've got going for them here. What Vici has going for them. Sniper just sitting on his side as much as possible. He's going to deny that one. I'll show you teased. Yeah, he denied that one. So he's not going to pull the creep wave. He's in okay position. He can stand up here. He doesn't need to pull the creep a little bit more. So he's going to deny. He's going to deny as much as possible to get the creeps over here. And then he's going to get a couple last hits here. There's the denied by Viper, fortunately. He's going to go ahead and pick up a drum. And I think that makes sense for a Sniper. Sniper needs both damage and... so he needs attack speed, he needs damage, he needs a lot of things. Attack speed, damage, and escape. And a drums is going to give him a little bit of everything. A little bit of survivability, a little bit of additional damage, a little bit of attack speed bonus. The windlace is part of the drums, going to give him the ability to move a little bit faster. That's going to be nice because he's going to be able to outrun the Viper, hopefully. Outrun the Viper. The Viper gets a slow one and he's potentially screwed. There's also lots of slows. Dazzle slow, Drow slow. Oh, we get a nice little hit. So you can see here, he actually went ahead and used that offensively without making it a last hit. He didn't save it. And you know, it's 15-second cool, 20-second cooldown at this level. So you can do that every 20 seconds. He's gonna hit somebody really far away. By the way, Pierce's spell immunity. He's gonna hit him for 320 damage. So that's at this point, I think in the meta, that's a lane domination tool more than it is a killing tool. So if you kind of keep that lane presence, and that's I think where Sniper is pretty good early on, is if he is not ganked, he doesn't have any wards, by the way. His friends are not warding up. And this is because CDEC is doing so well. And that's the potential downside to not having any wards. So Sylar is going to take a few hits here, but he's going to be able to kill InFlame on the Sniper. Potentially, or not. He's not going to be able to get uphill. He's not going to have vision on Sniper. Sniper's going to get the last hit. DXM's going to get killed here. And there's Sniper with 5 kills already. He escaped. He narrowly escaped. I'm kind of surprised. And maybe that's why they don't have wards, because they knew they were at such an advantage. And every single time, Sylar just kind of runs through. It's like somebody says go, and he doesn't think. He just kind of tunnel visions into the enemy. And he's just standing there. I think he's sad. I'd be sad if I were him.
So,
Sniper going to actually TP bottom. Maybe he's sensing that the mid lane's getting too nasty. Maybe also he wants to push this tower a little bit. Going to heal up a little bit, and he got there with some speed. It's kind of surprising. He didn't really need to use that tango there. Could have just sat in the fountain a little bit longer. Maybe he thought there'd be a really nice push attempt or a good opportunity in a little window of time. Okay, Amy, I guess is his name, just totally whiffed that pounce. Meanwhile, Sniper's going to use his pretty significant dominance here. He's got plus 27, got 90, that's 100 damage right there. No, that's 90 damage right there per hit. The next closest thing is the Slark with actually 96 per hit. That's nice. And with the Drow Aura, you've got 90 as well. Or sorry, 100. So even Drow is not doing a ton more damage than the Sniper. And the Drow, this is when Drow should start becoming stupid powerful. And I think she's even standing in the plus % damage aura. Yeah, she's got a 12% bonus damage aura. So she's buffed up as much as possible. Somehow she got boots. And so she's doing as much damage as possible. She even got a Quelling Blade. She's having trouble last hitting. So Sniper in this bottom lane, I think he might just head back to mid. He doesn't, I don't think whatever opportunity he sensed there in the bot lane is past. You see the laning phase is still continuing. You've got pretty much all of the enemies to CDEC. Vici is top, mid, bot, sitting around their towers, getting last hits. The Kunkka going for the torrent damage, or going for the torrent gank there, but that's way back under the tower. I'm sure what InFlame is doing here. Just sitting around, last hitting, denying. He's not pulling the creeps over to his side. I'm surprised. He's actually so far away, he doesn't really need to at this point. He can still last hit without really exposing himself too much. Friends still aren't warding up. Actually, they did ward up there just north. They can see a gate coming from the north, and they were actually up there a second ago, so there's no need for a ward when they're actually up there. There's still no vision from the kind of bot rune, and that's potentially dangerous for him. Again, he does have phase boost, that's nice, and he's got a wind lace on top of that, so he does have some escapability at this point. And I think that early phase boost is what helped avoid that gank from the from Sylar on the Vengeful Spirit. So he's already going to have his drums pretty quickly here. About 9 minutes into the game, he's going to have them. And so that's actually a pretty stacked Sniper. 12 and 3 is the score. No lane's been pushed yet, so somebody must tilt in this game. This is a 10-minute long game. This is 1 minute left. Got his drums. At the same time, the Viper gets his boots. He's going to go ahead and go for, what is that, a Yasha? I don't know what that is. Oh, that's the dragon. I figured it out. That's the dragon thing. So here comes him taking a huge amount of damage from that snipe there. Assassinate, I guess is what it's actually called. Kunkka to blow his ultimate. Sylar's going to die again. Him's going to die probably again. I'm guessing there's a Phoenix ult to sit around to probably stop whatever this is. There's a Phoenix ult. Pounce onto him. That was a 2? Pounce on the 2? That was cool. And then InFlame just sitting in the back lines. This is working really well because the Bat's going to be able to pull people to Sniper. You've got Amy on the, I'm guessing it's Amy, on the pouncing Slark to help control. Okay, so here's potentially a nice initiation by Vici, but they're not going to be able to do anything with this either. Sun's going to get killed. Yeah, this is where they basically tilt, I think. They realize they've lost, they're going to lose the mid tower, and this is I don't know what's going on here. Okay, so what was he thinking? I think he's full tilt. Okay, he's going to ult. Why? He just ran in and ulted. I wonder if he just intentionally threw this game. He was not happy. You can totally tell that Vici did not enjoy the start to this game. And there's a late GG there from him, so maybe he's on tilt here. And there's a smoke. Somebody's not happy. They're clearly having some discussions on the team there. So, okay, you don't typically get sniper games, but we have one sniper game here, and it was a 10-minute long sniper game. What did we learn? Well, we learned that when you go up against an all-in ranged lineup, Sniper is probably a good pick. Who's going to close the gap and kill Sniper in that situation? All of those heroes need to be at range to be effective, Drow especially, but also they don't want to get close into range. They don't want to be that close to the Sniper to gank, because then they're going to be killed. They're ranged heroes, and they depend upon range as well. The only thing that close would be a Tidehunter, but a Tidehunter, the Sniper can just hit the Tidehunter as he walks in, and you get additional attack speed on that Sniper against a Tidehunter, and good luck again. Good luck. That Tidehunter, I don't care what kind of armor you've got on there, his little AoE damage reduction isn't going to hit the Sniper. The Sniper's going to be protected. The closest thing they would have would be a Vengeful Spirit, I guess, swap into a bunch of ranged attack, but not a very good option there. The Sniper was going to be well protected, and you could even see that in laning phase. I don't know if the Sylar, not the most subtle gank attempts there from Sylar, but he basically tried to get to the Sniper, couldn't get to the Sniper. Sniper had the slow, he had the phase boots, and that was partly because there was an early Roshan attempt, and maybe that was the jig was up basically as soon as Roshan attempt was discovered and put down by CDEC.Youth. So I don't really know what we learned in this game. Build your Sniper, get lots of damage items early, lots of attack speed items early, build them as a glass cannon, and get a little health if you can, but for the most part, your capability is going to be your positioning, not your health. Go with a friend. Have a Koka come along with you and set up some torrents so you can actually get some kills. Maybe have a Slark as a frontliner so you can get in there and hit people and pounce on them and get them stuck. Have a Bat Rider to pull somebody to you so you can stay pretty far out of the fight. So there you are, my friend, and my fellow scrubs. I'm talking to my friend who plays Sniper. That's how you play Sniper up to level 8. That's how you play Sniper when the enemy team is basically falling apart, it seems. So good luck, everybody. Have fun playing Sniper against more formidable opponents.